Welcome into The Grind, Cajun Nation. It's a special edition for the last regular season series, but before we get into that, we got to talk about the win over South Alabama and the Mercy Rule victory in the middle of the week. Let's look back. The South Alabama series was everything you wanted and more, baseball fans. In game number 1, Gunnar Leger went toe-to-toe with the Jags ace Kevin Hill for 7 innings. Unfortunately for the Cajuns, they gave up 3 unearned runs on a couple of errors, and the Jags fans went nuts after the end of the game. Unfortunately for them, they celebrated a bit too early. On Saturday, the Cajuns started to bounce back, and Nick Lee was on the mound as your Saturday starter. He held the Jags scoreless for 6 whole innings, and then things started to get wild. Dylan Moore had to hold on to the game as it went back and forth, and then finally in the 11th inning, Kyle Clements sealed things with a home run. The Cajuns then carried the momentum from Game 2 into the rubber match on Sunday. Evan Guillory handed the ball over to Hogan Harris after the Cajuns provided 4 runs in the first inning. Hogan Harris picked up his 2nd win of the season, and then Eric Carter bounced back after a blown save Friday to pick up his 3rd save of the season on Sunday. And then after that, the Cajuns rolled into the midweek where they popped the top off the game with their bats. The midweek game was a mashing. The Cajuns took on UNO, and they took them out in 7 innings, 17-3. In those 7 innings, they collected 19 hits, including 6 doubles. Watch your gaps. Player of the game, though, was Wyatt Marks, who went 5 innings collecting 7 strikeouts after being moved to the midweek. No pouting from Wyatt. That brings us right into your Grinder of the Week. Your Grinder of the Week is Wyatt Marks. Not only did he have 7 filthy strikeouts, he took his adjustment to the midweek like a full-grown man. Speaking of a full-grown man, Nicholas Zonbrecker found out he's going to medical school. Way to go, Nick. You're making us all look dumb. Now, let's head into your weekend matchup. Get ready, Cajun Nation, because the Warhawks are coming to town. Don't worry about their overall record right now. All you need to know is they're fighting for survival to get a spot in the Sun Belt Conference tournament. Meanwhile, the Cajuns are fighting for the #1 overall seed after picking up a series win over South Alabama, and they'll be celebrating senior weekend at ML Teague Moore Field. Speaking of the Teague, it might be the last time you get to go to the stadium and see it as it is, because there's going to be a bunch of renovations happening after the close of the season. You can hear all the games on News Talk 96.5 KPEL, and catch up with us next week with another edition of The Grind.